Hello everyone, my name is Forman. I'm the owner of Holistic Wellness and Health. I do health and wellness education, cooking classes, and cooking demonstrations. Holistic Wellness and Health makes healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based foods to help you live a healthier and more vibrant life. Today I am doing another live at 5, and we're focusing on do-it-yourself container gardening. So we'll be doing that probably for the next couple of weekends. Today I'm focusing on small containers. So we're going to do small container gardening that's perfect for like patios, balconies, porches, small gardens, or if you don't have any of that, you can do it indoors, even if you have like a studio apartment. So that's what we'll be focusing on today. And then tomorrow we'll be doing medium container sizes. The next weekend we'll probably focus on larger containers because I have large containers, but there's some things that I want to put in there to make it easier to move and make it less expensive, because the soil, especially when you're buying organic soil, can be extremely expensive if you're trying to fill up a huge container. So today we are doing a few different things. I have different seeds, so mostly focusing on things that germinate and grow quickly. So that would be things like beets and radishes. They usually can be harvested within 30 days of certain kale varieties like red Russian kale can be harvested in about 40 days, and it'll grow all season. So some things I'll be doing like trays for the purpose of being transplants. We have these small containers, so here, and that will I'll let it grow for a little while, and then these containers are plastic and easy to squeeze, so it'll make it easier if I decide to put it in ground. I also have some medium and larger containers. If you are here, say hi so I can see you, and say hi back if you're here live. If you are watching the replay, let me know that as well. I have these containers as well, and then I have these are like great sizes for your windowsill. So, and these are about 6 inches deep. So this can do like radishes really well. So that's what I'm gonna do in here. I have an earth box, so I'm going to save that for tomorrow. That'll be the medium-sized container garden, as well as some totes. Just some medium-sized totes. So I have the organic soil. This is what I'm using today. I also have some potting soil mix, some inexpensive potting soil mix that will go. I'll be using it for my larger containers to put on the bottom, just so that I'm not spending a whole lot of money just filling up space. Okay, I also have here some soil from previous plants, and it has different materials in it. It'll make it easier. Also, I'll probably be saving this for my larger containers. Today I'm going to focus on the small containers, and like I said, I'm going to do red Russian kale. I know it's backwards. I'll figure out how to change that one day. Easter egg radish. I'm going to do some cherry bell radishes. They take about 24 days from seed. So this will be ready before the end of April. I'm going to do Chia beets, which are the cool beets that have like candy cane stripes in it. They're like red and white on the inside. And then I love these Mikado turnips. Also like hakurai. They are very tender. You can eat them raw. You can they're easy to grow, and you can eat the leaves. So you can, like, before you're even ready to eat the bulb, you can start eating the leaves. And so I love plants where you can eat the whole thing. That goes for the radishes too. So you can start harvesting the greens on the radishes in just a couple of weeks, and then let it continue to grow. You don't want your radishes to get too big. You usually want to get over about 3 inches in diameter. They become a little tougher to eat, but I like to cook radishes too. So if they do get tough, it's a good time to just go in and cook them up. They kind of taste different. Radishes are different. They kind of have like a you roast them or you fry them up. So I'm going to start a rectangular container, and I'm going to pull this camera out just a little bit. So this is going to be porch container gardening. All right. When you're getting started, you want to make sure you, first of all, know which direction your sun is in. So I live on a north-south street. This way is my east, so I get morning sun and like early afternoon sun, and then in the summertime it'll be like a lot of morning and afternoon sun. So it's going to the south, so east, south to west. So you want to pay attention to how much sun you get. That determines what plants you're going to grow. You also want to make sure when you're filling up a container, like I'm using medium sizes tomorrow, when you get the soil in, it's deceptive. It doesn't seem that heavy at first, but when you get to lift a container filled with soil, it can be very heavy. So you want to make sure you're putting your where you want to have it eventually just like be. Today, these containers are not going to get too heavy, so I'm just going to do it here in the middle of the porch. I love this container. It has holes in them, and it has this little grate that goes on the bottom. It helps contain the soil and keeps the moisture in. Whenever you're using very sunny, sometimes the sun will attract to your container and make it, hi Vaughn, it can make it very hot, and so your roots will start drying. So you want to make sure that you, if it is in the sun and it's starting to get hot, you can kind of cover cloth or paint it a light color as well. So I'm just going to get started with this. Oh, I also wanted to show you all my, so I've been kind of using scallions in the cooking weeks. These are from the White Lot Community Farm, and so I haven't soaked these yet, but they've already started sprouting. I haven't even put any water on them yet. These are from the Greener Garden. These are about 2 weeks old, and they've just been in water. I haven't planted them yet. That's the goal for today. And these are starting to look a little sad because I haven't done a great job with these too much, and I've been actually harvesting off of these. But this is over 2 weeks of growth on here, so totally cool that you can reuse kitchen scraps. I wanted to also talk to you all about seeds that might already be in your cupboard that you don't even realize are there. So these are organic yellow mustard seeds. You can actually use these to grow your food. A lot of these are alive. This is non-GMO organic seeds. So a lot of times you can actually grow these type of seeds and have success with them. So something to think about, especially when you're trying to save money. So I'm going to get started with the soil for this. Let me just show you. I'll show you all what I'm using. So I'm using the natural organic soil, Calendula, and let's see if I can open this up. It's going to be a little tough. Alright. Alright. Almost there. What of us. You have to watch this struggle for a second, sorry. Alright, so I'm going to add this beautiful soil. I like to garden without. I like to actually have the soil touch my hands. It's very therapeutic. Has great microbes in here, which is great for your immune system. And right now, we definitely all need to be building up our immune system. So I'm going to actually face the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. All right. So because this is not a very deep container, I'm not going to use a filler or cheap soil on the bottom. I'm doing all organic here. I'm using fertilizers right now, but when you're doing container gardening, a lot of things say that you should use fertilizer every 2 to 4 weeks. And so depending on what you're growing, that can be true. You can see this has some mulch in it, so it helps retain the water. There's percolite in it and a bunch of other great materials. This compost does have worm castings in it. I do try to use veganic practices as much as possible and find soil that's not made with manure or fish emulsion, but it can be pretty difficult to do. You can also make your own decomposting at home, and that's a great way to help build up your soil as well. I haven't turned my compost in a little while, so I'm not going to use any of my compost for this. I'm actually going to start with my radishes. I love to plant radishes with kids because it's easy and it's something that they can see like growing right away. So they love it because they actually can see the progress pretty quickly. And I just like eating them. So I'm going to start with the Easter egg radishes. It takes about 24 days. It's going to be multicolored. It takes about 20. The purple, red, pink, and white varieties. For this, if you look at the back of seed packets, it'll tell you temperature is 55 to 85, sowing depth a half an inch, final planting spacing 1 to 2 inches, final row spacing if you're putting it out in a larger area, 6 to 12 inches. It takes about 5 to 10 days for you to actually start seeing something come up, and it likes full sun. Okay. So this will be perfect for like having full sun here. I am using Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, USDA Organic. That's one seed company that's very reputable, and a lot of my farming and gardening friends like to get seeds from them. You can order them online, and a lot of stores will have them. Ace has them right now. So I'm going to you can direct sow in the spring, which is now, but I'm going to actually just go in and do about, is it an inch? Let's see if I can remember. Just a couple inches apart. It doesn't take seeds. New seeds usually have like a 98% success rate of germinating, so I'm only going to put one every couple of inches apart. For seeds that are older, I do have some seeds from 2018. I might do 2 seeds at a time in a hole and then thin them out. I am pretty confident in these seeds, so I'm not worried about doing that, and I don't like the process of thinning. When I do thin, I tend to replant whatever I thinned because I don't like to waste anything. But that's completely up to you. I'm pretty confident in the success rate. And if it doesn't grow, what I'll do is just put another seed in that spot. And then I will have like a succession growing. So some things will be done in 24 days. Some things might not be ready for 34 days. And I'm totally cool with that. So put my seeds back in. Now I'm just going to add some more soil to just cover that up. If anyone has any questions as I'm going along, I have the camera facing me. Hey Tashi. Oh, cool. So for people who are in my Healthy Vibrant Life Facebook group, I did put the Master Gardener document in there that kind of shows you what to do when you're gardening, like for each month. So it starts with the month of March and goes well into winter. So I'm slightly packing that. The soil's moist, but I'm going to water it just a little. One thing about container gardening is that you have to keep everything very moist, especially when you're getting seeds started. So if you're about to travel, that's not the best time to start. But if you know you're going to stay put for a while, which most people are doing right now, this is a good time to get it going. Add a little more water. But like I said earlier about this container is that it does have a reservoir. So if I wanted to, I could add a lot more water after it's established its roots a little more. It becomes a bulb, and then the water, it'll stay moist. So that's plant number 1. Also, you can use toothpicks. Let me bring this up. You can use popsicle sticks or like a plastic thing to write down what you put in there, because sometimes you plant things and you don't remember what you planted. So definitely label your container so you know what it is and don't have to guess or wonder what's in there. And can we see update pictures of your garden? Yes. So I will make a note for 3 weeks from now to show you all what I just planted in there, the radishes. And also, I need to make sure I put down which type. So I just did the Easter egg radishes in here. So I will make sure, put my label there, my container there, because I need to label that. So next, I'm going to do these. So because this is my front porch, I'm kind of going, let it be a little more uniform, but you don't have to do that. This is also a reservoir to catch the water. Oh, there are a lot of people out here today. Right here. So, for this one, I'm going to also do the same thing, just fill it up the bottom. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'm keeping this very, very basic for today. And I think tomorrow I'll probably do the same, just with a bigger container. But if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. I am a resource for you. And also, if you find anything I'm doing useful, helpful, or you know some friends that might be interested, share this with them. I will be putting more resources on my website as well. So definitely feel free to share. I'm going to do the cherry bell radishes next. I'm going to add a little more soil. To get some plants, I love to use transplants, and I love to get my plants from the Green and Garden Urban Farm in Hamilton area of Northeast Baltimore. I talked to Warren the other day, and he said that they'll be ready in a couple of weeks. So if you support a local farm, a local African American owned farm, definitely support them, help them out, and you're helping yourself out too. I've gotten well as kale and collards and all types of things already started. So actually some of these planters from the plants I got from them. So I just like to reuse things. I washed it out, and I'll be reusing that. But definitely, if you can, support our local farms. They grow everything organically as well. So the Green and Garden Urban Farm. And let's see, can you post the name of the seed company you use? Yes, I will type that out. But it's Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. So they use USDA organic, and they are and a lot of their seeds, they have some heirloom seeds as well. So there's another company, Renee's Garden. A lot of their seeds are heirloom. So if you can find heirloom varieties, that's awesome. If not, organic is the way. So for this, I'm going to do the same thing. Space them about, sowing depth for these is 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And let me put the camera back down here. Yes, okay. Oops, sorry guys. I don't have my helper today. Let's see. There we go. Thanks for hanging in there with me. So I'll definitely show you all the final products as well. Get these seeds in. And these seeds are darker and a little smaller than the other radish seeds. You can see that. I'm just kind of randomly putting them, spacing them about a inch, 2 inches away from each other. If I need to thin them, I will. But like I was saying earlier, I try to actually, when I have newer seeds, I try to space them because I'm pretty confident that the seeds will work, especially from a reputable company like Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. Put some in the middle, and that's it. Put the rest of the seeds in the packet, and I'm going to top it off with some of this black gold soil. So you can grow a lot of things in containers. I know people have grown there's a cantaloupe and watermelon in large containers. I will be doing mostly herbs and like green veggies and roots. So my goal is to do potatoes and great storage crops, things that are great for storing. Herbs and spices, just because I do a lot of cooking and I like to have my own herbs and spices when I can. And when I don't have them, I of course support the local farmers. So I'm actually going to go and do my scallions, get these babies in some soil because I've been having them in water for a few weeks now. So let me open up another soil packet. And if anyone has any questions, I'm still here. Feel free to ask. And I'm actually going to open up the inexpensive soil so you can see the difference here. So this is very dark, but it doesn't have like the wood chips in it. So this is just potting soil. It's an all-purpose blend. It's great for like garden beds as well as baskets. For people who like to grow fruit, strawberries are a great fruit to grow in a container. Some people do dwarf varieties of blueberries. Blueberries need very acidic soil, so if you do that, just know that you need to make sure you have the right soil for that. But strawberries, you could do it as a lot of people will grow in between, like if they're doing gardening in their yard. They will do it, like grow the strawberries in between whatever they're growing to be as a, kind of help retain the soil and use it as a cover crop, but also as a food source. For those who want to grow more flowery looking things that are edible, you can do like stuff like this. What else is an edible flower? Calendula is a good one as well. And in these times, like a lot of people are concerned about food security right now. I'm actually gonna open this up more. And just want to be self-sufficient and sustainable, and it feels good to know that you have some control. You have some control over what you're consuming. I'll bring this back up for a second. That you have some control and you're not dependent on anyone else to feed you and your family. I think that that's very important, especially in these times. What I like about the container gardening is that if I need to, I can bring it inside. I know sometimes people are concerned, especially in states of emergency, of people stealing food. So if you are concerned about that, having a container that you can bring inside is always a beneficial thing to be able to do. So I'm going to put the rest of my soil in there. Alright. Got some nice big wood chips here as well. This is very nice moist soil. So I'm going to go on and plant some of my green onions, scallions. And these are from the Greener Garden. So just getting some more use out of it. I've had people tell me they've grown their scallions in water for like a couple of months and just kept harvesting off of them. Sometimes after I do a cooking demo, I'll have some scraps left and I'll ask people if they want any, and they'll take it, and they have great success with it, just in water in their apartments. This one kind of already, it was a large one and kind of split off, so these root systems already. Another thing, when you're doing container gardening, you want to make sure that you give your roots enough space to grow. And actually, wind just picked up. That's something to think about as well when you're planting. If you're in a very windy area, plants are in a container that's either very heavy and won't blow over, or somehow secure so you can tie it up if you need to. Just want to make sure it's not going to blow all over the place and cause damage. So these are the ones that I cut doing a cooking demo 2 weeks ago. For those who haven't been watching, I've been doing Facebook Lives on my business page, Holistic Wellness and Health, and doing cooking demos using the produce of our local farmers here in Baltimore City. They're still available, and I'll also be doing more YouTube videos, so I would definitely appreciate it if you all could subscribe to my YouTube channel. I believe I put the link in the description of this class. Right. And I just think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to plant these up too so I can just be done with them. If no one has any questions, I'm going to go on and let you all enjoy the rest of your day. My camera is like, I don't want to touch the camera. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I can see my gardening shoes. I don't want to touch the camera just because I have the soil in my hands. But I would definitely thank you all for tuning in. Hi, Melvina. And let's see, if you all have any questions about anything, definitely feel free to ask. If you all want to see other things, let me know. I actually have a yard full of purple dead nettle, so I'll be talking about that. I'll be talking about purple dead nettle as well, and what you can do with that. So if there's any type of herbs or plants you're growing in your yard that you're like, I don't know what to do with that, let me know. I love foraging in my yard as well as going for walks to forage. I haven't been doing the walks as much lately, but I have plenty of my own yard to forage, and most people do, like have a lot of edible weeds growing in their garden that has many useful benefits. So if you have anything like, let's see, mustard or garlic mustard or anything like that, let me know. Oh, thank you, Tashi. I'm not going to touch the camera, that's why I'm down like this, but I love having my hands like this. I wear gloves rarely, like depending on what type of soil I'm working in, but I know this soil is good, and getting your hands dirty is a good thing. It's great for your health. It's great for your benefit. Oh, thanks. I love these overalls. I've had these things for like 6 years. New. It makes me think I haven't done anything, but I do go out there and do farming. These are just really comfortable. These are, I believe, stickies. Got them online from Amazon like 6 years ago. Yeah. So, oh yeah, they're great for you. Yes, yoga too. I agree. They're very comfortable. I should make this part of my like regular wardrobe. But let's see. So I'm going to go in and finish up now. If anyone has any questions or you think of anything later, let me know. If there's anything else you're interested in, I am a Baltimore City Master Gardener, so I do a lot of volunteering and teaching. I will probably do some online workshops and videos that's intended for Baltimore City Master Gardeners, because we have to earn a certain amount of hours. I'm outside, so you'll hear people in the background. But since we are not doing in-person classes, this is a great time for the instructors to do online classes, and I can share it with everyone else as well. You don't have to be a master gardener. So what else? Permaculture design, I'm thinking about doing that in some other people's yards. I do have a elderly lady who wants me to do some work in her yard, so I was planning on doing something that, let's see, I have a pair and they're comfortable. Yes, overalls rock. I think more people should wear them just like every day. Davida, yeah, so most people can grow herbs, if nothing else. Like, herbs basically are considered like weeds, so mint, I would not suggest putting mint in the ground unless you mean it, because it will take over. I put a little tiny mint in the ground, knowing what it would do, but my partner's like, yeah, let's do it. So it took over. This is the first year in maybe 5 years it hasn't come back as strong. I think other things might be out competing it. I'm not sure what I'm going to put out front because we have squirrels around here. They ate up my kale, and I was very unhappy with them. So the mint helps keep certain rodents away, so there's something to think about. But if you have a hard time growing stuff, you can definitely think about herbs, especially everything in the mint family, like basil. Basil you can't do yet, 'cause, it's still too cold for basil. But rosemary, oh my! Once you get rosemary, you put it right in the ground. It'll come. It's a perennial. Come back every year. A lot of times it won't even die. Like in our climate, we're in Baltimore, so we're like in USDA zone 7B, 7A, 7B, 8A. So our rosemary will stay looking pretty good all year long, even in January. And if it does die back some, it'll always come back. So basil and rosemary are good things. Basil is not perennial in these areas, but in some areas like Florida it is. So just think about that as well when you're growing. I will probably do more herbs next week. So if there's anything particular, especially root things that you're interested in, just let me know. And I think that's it for me today. So thank you all for watching. Please share. Please like my Facebook page, my Instagram. Follow me on there as well as on YouTube. The link is there. Oh, gosh, she said her mint from last year died, or so I thought. It came back. Oh, yeah, I'm about to say, yes, they come back. You think they die. I need to clean up my little garden patch out front. But I'm going to see what's going on in there. I have wild onions growing, and so I like to use them to cook with as well. I have a lot of, this is a purple dead nettle, a lot of it. And purple, like dead nettle in general is great for your immune system. So I'm wondering if nature's like giving us some help here for helping our immune system. A lot of times things will grow plentiful that are necessary for us. Okay, so thank you all for watching. My name is Crystal Forman. I am your plant-based health and wellness educator and coach. Definitely feel free to check out my website. And, cilantro, yes. Okay, I can do that. I love cilantro. So I will probably do that, though, as not from seed. I think I will do that as a transplant from the Green Gardens stuff. Well, I might do some from seed, because I think I actually have some cilantro seed. So I might do both. So, yeah, I can do that, Tashi. Sounds good. Thank you for tuning in faithfully, Tashi, and everyone else. Davita, you all have been here every time I go live, so I love it. And I love you all. If you all have any questions, like I said, definitely post. Tag my name so I make sure I can see it, just to make sure I can see it. Okay, and I will see you all. I think I'm coming back tomorrow at 5, depending on the weather. It's kind of raining out here, but I think I'll be back tomorrow, definitely, to finish planting up some of these things. All right, love y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.